Hi, it's Melanie. I am a trans lady. I am transitioning anyway. I don't think I'm all the way there yet. There's some people who are, like some really great content creators who can be like, okay, this is what you need to do to get to the finished spot. I'm more of like, this is what it looks like, this is what it sounds like, these are the things that one who's considering transitioning or is early on or someone trying to support one of us, this is more geared toward us. Not that you're unwelcome if you're not one of those people, but generally speaking, that's who this content is going to be for. Um, so we've been moving. I'm also not really feeling very well. If I'm clearing my throat and coughing, I apologize. I've been sick pretty much since I got here. It's been like 8 days of just like probably the second day I've had a throat thing. Sometimes it's sinus, sometimes it's ears. It's like just kind of generally shitty. Um, so yeah, big differences for sure being in Philadelphia versus Columbus, where like um, it's weird. I've not had a single person be weird at me in Philadelphia. We just had one outside of Philadelphia. Went to get her licenses done. And of course, we went to the wrong spot. There's apparently a difference in a photo license place and a driver's license place, and I had never been in a state where there was a difference between the two. So, whatever. It's usually just the same thing. I didn't think. Anyway, so we went there. We got turned away because we went to the wrong building. We're going to go back tomorrow to the right spot. Um, So yeah, big differences being here. Except in that place, we went to go get sushi, and some fucking bitch ass parent had to fucking shoot me her little look. She got to hear all about statistics about trans things. Like they sat her at the table right behind us, and there wasn't like any loud music playing or anything. So we just had to hear each other's conversations. So I took it upon myself. That was like my little. I'm not going to start shit with this person. I'm just going to be super educational. We're just going to spit facts. And as Ben Shapiro loves to point out, facts do not care about feelings. They don't care about your feelings, Miss Thing. And her daughter was there to hear it too, which was like, mom got uncomfortable. Daughter sees that. Hopefully, daughter learns. Is at least the goal anyway. Her daughter did not seem like she's a fucking like 13-year-old. I have no fucking idea, but didn't appreciate the fucking shade from the mom. I didn't fucking do anything to you. Like, bitch, you got a fucking staring problem, and we literally haven't even sat down yet. So I've had one incident with a transphobe so far. But Philadelphia itself, people don't really seem to care. Like, if I get beat up for something, it's not going to be being trans. They don't fucking care, which is cool. Like, I'll take that. That's a welcome change. I fear walking in the streets sometimes, but it's not because I'm trans. It's for other reasons. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. So if you are trans and you're looking for a safe haven place, fucking Philadelphia so far seems pretty lit in that way. It's got its own problems. Heavy fentanyl community here. There's a new drug going around apparently called Trank, which is like 10 times as cheap or something like that. And it's like not made from an opiate, so like they can't Narcan you to save you. And it's like super depressing sometimes when you're driving or walking and you just see someone folded over on themselves, like still standing up but just folded. A lot of that going on here. So that's been a welcome change. Yeah, we've just been super busy. We've been super hella busy. I've been sick. My wife just started getting sick today. I'm typhoid motherfucking Mary. So yeah, it's been overall pretty good though. We had to take like one trip back to Columbus to get the rest of our stuff. But all in all, it's been pretty smooth. So yeah, it's been pretty nice so far. We've been hanging out with her family. They live here, so it's been pretty cool. And as soon as I get my license, I can start getting on hopefully some like plans for healthcare, and start taking care of teeth pretty much immediately, and start fixing up my nose where I can actually breathe through it and not die. So that'll be cool. I'm really looking forward to some like of the nice changes. The other thing that's super cool about being here is that like if I want Jamaican cuisine or I want to try, I don't know, like pick a place, I have no fucking idea. If I want a cuisine, it's here. It reminds me a lot of New Orleans in that way. super strange thing about parking in Philadelphia, much like New Orleans, where the streets sometimes are just larger, like they're just expanded sidewalks. There are points in the day you're walking down St. Charles Avenue in New Orleans, and anywhere in the French Quarter in New Orleans, those streets are literally bigger sidewalks. That's all. There's too much foot traffic, so they don't even allow cars in them. And sometimes, like St. Charles Avenue, people just literally overtake them, and that just becomes a fucking sidewalk. Well, here in Philadelphia, they have like the parking is on the sidewalk. Like you use the sidewalk to park, and it's very common that like you'll walk outside and see a bunch of cars that are in a line, like parking, except they, like, so the driver's side tire, if I'm parking on the right side of the road, the driver's side tire is on the road. But anything, like, you ideally want the edge of your tire, like the inside edge of your driver tire, touching the curb. Like, that's perfect. And then your passenger side is completely, like, up on the sidewalk. And that's the only way you can park. It's wild. Like, whatever, right? Like, whatever. But these sidewalks weren't made for walking. And it's interesting, of course, like, if you've... Sure, I'm not telling this as news to everybody, but, like, these cities were made hundreds of years ago before we had cars. So they're, like, pre-planned, and it's so weird. It's so weird to have a stop sign literally every 100 or 200 feet. I cannot describe enough how frustrating that is. But fortunately, the police don't really enforce it. Like, the police run those stop signs. The South Philly slide, I'm now living that slide. You slide through the stop sign. We don't come to a complete stop. You will infuriate the locals. They will honk at you. They will get angry at you. And I've become a bigger hazard to the road by coming to a complete stop every 100 or 200 fucking feet. Another really interesting thing, when I'm like using GPS or something like that, and you know, like normally anywhere else I've lived or been, if it says turn in 300 feet, I can pretty well guarantee that my next turn is going to be my spot, especially if it's like an actual road. So if I'm going to turn on, like, I don't know, Jefferson Street or whatever, it says right turn on Jefferson, 300 feet. Normally, I don't have to think about that anymore. My next right turn is going to be on Jefferson Street. Well, fucking bitch, no thank you, no way. Not only are there 3 turns, but 2 of the turns are on the same turn. There's so much shit condensed in such a small area. So navigating has been tough. The one-ways don't really bother me. I'm used to cities, and one-ways are the only way to keep the traffic flowing. Not really a big deal. Like, 3 lefts make a right, no problem. If you were to go the wrong way. But overall, I would say it's been pretty chill. My wife's about to, like, pick up her next semester at Temple, so good for her. I think I'm starting back school this week. I should probably check that. If I am, I do, like... I have papers due, like, tomorrow. Not tomorrow, 2 days. So I'll have to figure out tomorrow if I have to do school or not. I don't even know what I'm going for. I decided that I didn't want to do... I originally was going for computer software engineering. I really, really, really wanted to work with AI. And, like, I wanted to make them educationally fun for children and also for, like, a corporate situation where training is not showing up and doing fucking endless hours of fucking videos we all hate. And then the other situation is, like, you know, again, if it's a child learning, I remember how much I fucking hated learning in school. I hated going to school. But I loved playing video games and doing things that were interactive and fun. And I would love for that to be education for children. I think that would be a much more effective means to get them excited to learn, so that we're not, like, in my case, I'm fucking 21 years old before I really enjoy learning, before I really realize, like, oh wait, this is actually super fun. I love learning. I wish I would have cared. So that's what I originally wanted to do, and then I found out how just fucking horrific they are for the environment, and was like, maybe not. Maybe I don't want to be a software engineer, and the fucking calculus is stupid. The languages are hard to learn. So, I don't really know what I want to go back to school for. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm just taking, like, a general class. I think it's, like, ethics or something like that. Which I absorb a lot of content on anyway. So, I'm going to try and keep the coughing to a minimum. I may actually cut this short if it ends up just being a coughing fest. I do apologize. My computer's not set up, so I can't even edit this. Like, this is just going to be coughing included, whatever. I legitimately apologize to everyone for that. But we did make it here safely. So, yeah, I didn't really have a lot to say right now, just that overall it's been good. It's been a super great relief not dealing with a bunch of transphobic assholes literally every time I leave the house. Like, half of my neighbors fucking have an issue with me at my old spot, and now none of my neighbors fucking care. They're, like, they legitimately haven't fucking said anything to me, because I haven't engaged them. There's been no reason, so they just leave me the fuck be. It's chill. I don't have anything against them. I don't think they have anything against me. They fucking... It's whatever. It's actually weird. Here there's a lot of chasers. You'll find that there's a lot of chasers, and you're like, I'm with my wife right now. Like, I don't... Whatever. And, like, I used to really hate that attention. So I was like, dude, I'm spoken for. I'm not looking for your attention. And most of the time it's males that approach us that way. Or not males, let me be very specific. They're men who approach us that way. That still happens. Again, that's the more frequent. I think I've had like 4 or 5 of those already. Within like the first week of being here. Which in its own way feels good, but it's like if I had a choice of being like hated on and discriminated against, to quote Slim Shady, instead of being hated on and discriminated against, I think I'd rather just say to someone, I'm spoken for. That feels a lot better. And most of the time it's just them coming on to me, so I just like get my food and leave. I'm not ever like sitting down talking to random people. So yeah, overall, been good so far. I can't really complain, other than being goddamn sick. So I'll probably just cut it off here. It's been nice catching up with her family again. We've hung out a couple times. Ooh, okay. Speaking of, her mom was watching this terrible show. Like, this show is awful. It's poorly written. It's poorly acted. It's poorly produced. It's all the poors. Except this show is fucking phenomenal. I love it. I absolutely fucking love it. It's called Beauty in Black. And it is like so many characters you just want to hate. Like, you love hating them. It's hard to figure out which one you hate more. And it's just so wild. It's like, okay, it is a wild show. I don't want to like go into talking about it because it's just fun. But yeah, then I was told about Wife Swap, which I knew about when I was a kid. But I was more familiar with like the spoofs that people made. So apparently that's a super fun show. I'm gonna get into some trash TV. Especially since my wife is now also sick. We are going to cuddle, eat some leftover sushi, and we are going to engage in trash TV consumption. So I'm happy, like, I'm getting to do the things. I've never really understood trash TV, and I've never given it, like, any sort of validity. When I was in high school, I saw one of my classmates who did, like, an MTV special. I don't remember what... It never got aired because she refused to go along with what they wanted her to do. But to, like, her point, they were badly misrepresenting her as a person. They did not disclose all the things they were going to do. It was not reality TV. Like, I knew all this at a very early age, that was all just nonsense. So I never really watched it. I'm trying to spare the cough. But, yeah, so I'm going to go engage in some trash TV. I might watch the Bengals game a little bit, but it's sad this year, and I don't super care about football anyway. So, yeah, I'll do some trash TV. And love you all. Thank you. I will see you all later.